Good morning. Welcome to another One Mind meditation. We are at Saturday already. Most of the week is over, and I hope you're already into having a really, really good weekend. Before we get started, the reminder that to get the most out of your meditation, it's always a great idea to give yourself as much of an inner experience as you can. And the easiest ways to do that is to have earphones on, which means you get less of an outside interference and more of an inner experience. Obviously, where you are at, it'll be great to turn off the lights and draw the curtains. And if you don't have enough darkness from switching off the lights or drawing the curtains, it might be a great idea to wear a sleeping mask. And that'll also give you less outside interference and more of an inner experience. Anthony, a very good morning to you, dude. Good to see you on that side. Our teacher this week is Hermann Hesse. Hey, Israela, good morning. Happy Saturday. Hermann Hesse. And I was searching for a couple of these thoughts that can lead us into today's meditation. So let's get right into them. The first one says, have you also heard that the secret from the river, that there is no such thing as time? Somebody, hey, cool, your daughter's joining us today. It's a good one for her to join in on today because it's just a very simple, very practical exercise today. Something we can all very easily reach for at any time. Right, have you also learned that the secret from the river, that there is no such thing as time, that the river is everywhere at the same time, at the source and at the mouth, at the waterfall, at the ferry, at the current, in the ocean and in the mountains, everywhere, and that the present only exists for it, not the shadow of the past nor the shadow of the future. Maggie, a very good morning to you. Happy Saturday. The present only exists for it, not the shadow of the past nor the shadow of the future. The next thoughts from Hermann Hesse still speaks about the river. It says, he saw that the water continually flowed, and yet it was always there. It was always the same, and yet every moment it was new. Charlene, a very good morning to you. And our breath feels very similar. When you breathe, it feels like the same breath you took just now, yet every breath is new. Every breath is a new moment. The last thought before we get started. This day will never come again, and anyone who fails to eat and drink and taste and smell it will never have it offered to him again in all eternity. The sun will never shine as it does today, but you must play your part and sing a song, one of your best. So it speaks about being present. It speaks about not being stuck in the shadow of the past or the shadow of the future. It speaks about time a little bit, the fact that this river flows and it's in the ocean, but it's also in the mountains at the same time. That things can seem the same, yet they're different from every moment to moment. Our exercise today is a very simple one. It gets us into that place fairly quickly. It is the normal Saturday meditation called Come to Your Senses, where we simply have an experience of our physical senses. We cycle through from top to bottom what we could see, hear, smell, taste, feel. When you bring your attention to your senses, when you bring your attention into your body, where are you not? You're not in your head. You're not in your thoughts. You're not in past. You're not in future. You're only in present. It's a very simple exercise that lowers our brain waves and gets us out of a racing mind of way too busy thoughts. So please remember, while we dive into a nice long meditation today, this exercise can be done in a couple of minutes too. Anytime during your day where you find that your mind is too busy, you're not getting those thoughts to slow down just a little bit, you can close your eyes, you can take a few deep breaths, and you can cycle yourself through your physical senses. It brings you out of your head, into your body, and by doing that, your brain waves slow down just a little bit, so that when you're able to get up from your little meditation and back to work, you're approaching your work with a cleaner space. It's like there was too much writing on the blackboard and you've cleaned all of it out. Now you have a clean page and you can get started on your clean page again. Michelle, a very good Saturday morning to you. Right, we are getting started right now. If you're ready, you can close your eyes. And here we go. Starting with the first few big breaths. Let's take a deep breath in. And out. Take a deep breath in. And out. A deep inhale. And let it go. A deep breath in. And out. One more big breath in. And let it all flow away. You can continue the same breathing pattern on your own time. Every slow inhale through your nose gets drawn all the way deep down into your belly. And as you fill up your belly with air, also raise yourself up higher. As you breathe in, stretch out your spine. Lift the top of your head toward the ceiling. And once you've reached your full height, let all of it go. As you breathe out, soften. As you exhale, soften your spine, slump down your shoulders and drop your head. Your only job right now is leading your body to softness. Notice your shoulders, your upper back. Are those muscles bunched and tensed up, which they can so often be? With every exhale, make it softer. Feel your forehead and eyelids. You might be frowning without noticing. With every exhale, soften your forehead and soften your eyelids. Is your jaw clenched? Are your teeth grinding into one another? With every exhale, soften. Is your tongue pressed hard against the roof of your mouth? Soften. Are your hands bunched up into tight fists? Soften. And yes, let's go there. Are you clenching your butt cheeks? Remember to soften. We'll take the last few big breaths of this phase together, helping our bodies stretch, adjust, and settle down. Let's take a deep breath in. As you release, drop your head all the way forward. Roll out your neck muscles. Make it big half circles. Forward and to the left and forward and to the right. Take a deep breath in. As you release, roll your shoulders forward. Make it big circles, nice and slow. Take a deep breath in. As you release, roll your shoulders backwards. Big circles, slow movements. Take a deep breath in. As you release, focus on your spine. See if you can drop your right ear closer to your right hip. And then your left ear closer to your left hip. You're gently stretching into your back muscles. One more big breath in. And as you release, you can stretch, you can move, adjust any part of your body that still needs a bit of help settling down. Having stepped into presence as much as we can, we'll turn inwards and dive deep inside for the next part of our journey. With every next inhale, we'll hold our breath for a few short moments, followed by a long, slow exhale. We'll do the first few together. Take a deep breath in. And hold. As you release, make it a really long, really slow exhale. Take your next big breath in. And hold. As you release, invite softness into every part of your body. Take a deep breath in. And hold. As you release, follow the downwards flow. Feel your shoulders slowly falling. Feel your body slowly softening. Feel how you are slowly slipping deeper and deeper into you. One more big breath in. And hold. As you release, feel yourself melting. Feel your body dissolving. Feel how you are slipping into a deeper and deeper surrender with every slow exhale. You can continue the same breathing pattern on your own time. Every slow inhale through your nose is a journey inwards. You can turn inwards and follow the journey all the way deep down into you. As you breathe in, feel the air flow in through your nostrils and follow. Feel the air touch the back of your throat and follow. Stay with your breath as it flows in through your lungs. And keep following. And then as you fill up the balloon inside your belly, feel yourself slipping all the way into you. As you hold the breath inside of you for a few moments, you have your arms wrapped around you, holding you for a few moments. Hold your breath for as long as it feels easy. And when you exhale, make it the longest, slowest, softening exhale. With your next big breath, as you dive deep into you, welcome yourself to this body. Feel this body. Take your next big breath. Our journey of our senses goes from top to bottom. And our first stop is with your eyes. Without opening them though, so we'll use a bit of imagination too. What would be the most obvious thing that you would see if you were to open your eyes? If you were to open your eyes, what would be the most obvious thing? And with your next big breath, as you dive deep into you, use the time to study this obvious thing with your mind's eye from all its angles. Try and see if with your mind you can find the tiniest detail of this obvious thing. Take your next big breath. And we'll slightly change gears with your next big breath. If you were to open your eyes, what would be the least obvious thing that you would see in the space you're in? Take a moment to use your mind and search. Use your mind and look around. What would be the least obvious thing? And then when you find it, with your next big breath, as you dive deep into you, use the time to study all of its detail. With your mind only, take your next big breath. we're taking a step down to what you can hear. And with your next big breath, as you dive deep into you, bring your attention to the most obvious thing that you can hear. And you might have heard this many, many times. And this time, see if you can find different layers of sound within this obvious sound. Take your next big breath. And then we'll change gears with your next big breath. Bring your attention to the faintest sound that you can pick up. What is a sound that you can just barely hear? And use your mind to zoom in on that sound and hear as much of it as you can. Take your next big breath. For our next 2 stops, you are welcome to change your breathing to whatever works for you. The breath hold might not be practical. Do whatever you need to. Next stop is your nose and what you could possibly smell. So with your next big breath, see if you can find an obvious smell. Take your next big breath. And we'll change gears with the next big breath. Can you pick up any secondary smell? The first one was an obvious smell. Is there anything else you can pick up? Take your next big breath. The next stop is what you can taste. With your next big breath, see if you can pick up any obvious taste. Take your next big breath. And then we'll change gears, and with your next big breath, as you dive deep into you, can you find any secondary taste, anything else? Take your next big breath. And the last stop is the surface of your skin. Scan the surface of your skin from top to bottom and find where is the most obvious pressure, the most obvious sensation. And as you take your next big breath, diving deep into you, explore all of the different sensation in that area, all of the different pressures. Take your next big breath. And then with your next big breath, as you dive deep into you, search the surface of your skin and find the slightest sensation. Where on the skin can you actually feel the air touch your skin? Take your next big breath. We'll take the last deep breath together, just before we slip out of the breath holding space and into the next. Let's take a deep breath in. And hold. And as you release, feel yourself slip all the way through. There's no more attention on your breathing. You can sit all the way back or lie all the way back down and feel yourself just floating. I want you for a moment to imagine starting your day like a computer being switched on. Now the mind becomes busy. You've got tasks to do, and every time you have a task to do, you open a window, you work in that task. And every time your mind switches to a new topic, it opens another window to pay attention to that task. Every so often, your mind remembers something from the past. Maybe it was a task you were busy with yesterday. So it opens up that window into yesterday, and for a little while it works on that task. And then it remembers a deadline you have tomorrow, so it opens up a window and it works for just a little bit on this deadline about tomorrow. And it opens up another window into last week, and another window into next week, and another window into a task right now, and another window into something last year, and next year. Before you know it, you've got windows open all over the place, and your CPU is trying to give energy to them all. In your mind, in your brain, this drives up your brain waves into higher and higher beta. Brain becomes frantic as it jumps between all of these open windows, all of it wanting attention. Getting yourself into your body in an exercise like today, paying attention to your senses, is a very simple way of slipping from your head down into your body and slowly closing those windows one by one. You can imagine left-clicking on all the X's as one window after the other becomes shut down. If you meditate long enough, and if your brain waves come down low enough, then it's actually even better than just closing the windows. It's rebooting the computer completely. And the benefit of that is, when I get up from my meditation, or even my mini meditation, when my eyes open again, I can more consciously choose which window I want to open now and give all of my attention to it. Thank you for joining our journey. We have only the last 5 breaths of gratitude to do together. With every exhale, I'll say my thank you, and I invite you to say yours. Let's take a deep breath in. Thank you for this body. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for slowly becoming a more intelligent owner of this body. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for taking the time, investing the time to understand the instruction manual of this body. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for learning that when I become better at giving this body exactly what it needs, I can also get much more performance out of this brain and body. One more big breath in. Thank you, beautiful people. I love your comment, Charlene. Thank you for coming on this journey. Thank you for becoming a better and more intelligent owner of your own body and brain. You are all amazing, and the technology of your body and brain is probably like nothing we will ever be able to build. The smartest people in the world don't really understand how this all works. That should be enough to let you know that you're damn amazing. Thanks, Sunmuddy. A good Saturday to everybody, hey? Just trying to see quickly who I can see here. Anthony, have an awesome Saturday. Who else is there? Michelle, have an awesome Saturday. Charlene, have an awesome Saturday. Israel, have an awesome Saturday. Maggie is always somewhere in the background there. I'm happy to be your source of giggles today. Have an awesome weekend. Remember that tomorrow's meditation is a quiet one. So if you feel like just sitting in silence together, we're all about that tomorrow. Have a beautiful day. See you soon. Mwah. Ciao, ciao.